Welcome to our Vanquish Live on Tuesday. We'll see if there's anyone joining, or make sure we can see the chat.
Chat makes it helpful.
Yeah. We're on. Hey, so we're on. Yeah. My name is Michael. This is Jim.
Yeah, so they see us.
Do you guys see us? Do you guys hear us well? Hopefully everything's going well. Yo, Lauren. So today we don't have Josh. He is out of town on vacation. New sales. So the sale that we had last week, it's still going on.
Oh, are you still doing that?
Yeah, I forgot to turn it off. So technically, if you guys still want to buy those F10Ts that were live with the sale yesterday, last week, I mean, it's still going. I'll shut it off after we get off then, I guess, huh?
You have to make something new.
Yeah, we gotta do something new. Anyways, this is Jim. My name is Michael. We're at the Vanquish shop. Jim is also known as Ripper Machinist. Yeah.
We're winging it.
We're winging it today. So without Josh, we had nothing to talk about. So what I did was I walked around Jim sits right next to me every day.
I said we should just read the comments and answer questions.
I decided to grab some random stuff around our desk. There's some cool stuff we can share. Jim and I, we've known each other for what, 12, 11, 13?
It's been a long time.
13 years plus. Jim's actually the person that brought me on to Vanquish as a team driver many years ago.
Yeah, but you already bought everything first.
I know. I was a big supporter. I was selling at the shop where I was working at. But definitely Jim brought me on to Vanquish. It was nice that I lived like 7 minutes from here.
Yeah, kind of already everything works out.
Yeah. So it was lots of history between us.
And if anyone's raced against Mike, they know why we picked him. He's a phenomenal driver, and almost anything he drives.
I try to drive.
He can be a little angry sometimes. I learned that with go-karts last time.
Yeah, we raced go-karts at the casino not too far from here. It was lots of fun. We do it quite often.
I still have whiplash from him hitting me out of the way.
I've never done such a thing. So you guys. So just real quick. I mean, one of the things I found that I know a lot of people have asked about. I know you like these guys. You want to talk about these things? You remember these? The 8-hole Vanquish Products V-Lock ring. I found one of these sitting around our desk. Just super random. So, do you remember about this, or?
I remember almost everything. If you ask me about a part, I might not remember. But if you show me the part, oh, okay, now I remember.
So you guys remember this? I know a lot of customers, being on the email, a lot of people have requested about these wheels.
Now you're showing them that they think that's being made.
This is actually old product. So just finding old stuff that's laying around the shop.
You never know. We could make stuff.
Yeah. It was a great wheel. My personal favorite, I found one just sitting around, was like the 105. I liked it so much. Jim designed this. This was a long time ago.
Well, I shrank their design.
Yeah, you shrank the design for the Method 105s. I mean, I love this wheel so much that I actually put one on my real truck, on my Dodge Ram.
Isn't it blue?
My truck is blue, but my wheels on my truck are clear.
Oh, clear.
Yeah. Thomas says pink wheels. Do you want to release what we're going to do?
Well, you got to make it happen so you can.
I'm going to make it happen. So, I mean, Josh's not here. I can do whatever I want.
My work is already done.
So just to let you guys know, if you're tuning in today, I made a decision today that we're going to release another pink wheel for the breast cancer awareness for the month of October. We'll be releasing the 2.2 tanks in pink. This is a little bit different. This is like the older version with the etch color, but it'll be more of a non-etch finish. I hope to have them up by next week. No later than next week. We'll have them up on the site. So be on the lookout for that. We'll still have the 1.9 impact V-Lock wheels on the website. They're coming in as soon as we get them from plating. We put them on the site. But be aware, we will be offering the 2.2. So check them out on the website. Hopefully by next week.
By the way, we keep looking that way because that's where our monitor is.
Yeah.
There's a camera that way, which looks Josh is good about talking to a wall. I am not.
Yeah, we're definitely not pros. Josh is, but unfortunately, we have to be the pro today because Josh is not here. So, do you have anything to bring up, or should we just keep going?
I don't know what to bring up. We always have. I mean, everyone always has questions. You should do this. Well, we actually always have a lot of things in process. They just take a long time.
Yeah, there's always something happening here.
Something that takes a long time. We did that 6 months ago.
Yeah,
You should show them that.
Okay, so since Brandon always tends to be like a leak, I like to leak things too because I mean
this is one of Brandon's requests.
Yeah, this is what Brandon requested. So talk about it.
You can talk about it.
I mean, you're the one who designed it. You're the one who machined this, so you talk about it. Yeah. So this is the F10T portal axle housing. Jim has designed the servo mount. We plan on releasing this hopefully soon.
I gotta make time to finish it. Yes.
So soon. It'll be an axle servo mount for the portal F10 axle. It'll fit both the aluminum housing and the plastic housing. This is an exciting part. I ran it. You made one for me for us.
I made 5 for the guys to try them out, test, make sure everything fits, make sure nothing can break.
Yeah.
We do a lot of testing behind the scenes that people don't see. So when if anything does break out there, it's a total shocker to us because we do put stuff to the test.
Yeah, definitely. We drive it like we stole it. At least I do.
Well, we were test driving something today that's top secret, and we were ramming it into everything, just trying to break it. And
definitely. We definitely always try to test everything, make sure nothing's going to break. So that at the end of the day, I get less emails when we do that.
Yes.
When we do that, I get less emails. So it's even better for me.
Well, we've actually had comments from stores and even distribution how we get less complaints about our products, RTRs specifically.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of the other brands right now.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for this, guys. This is a very exciting part because I know a lot of customers have asked about it. I actually just answered an email about it, like maybe Friday. So if that person's watching,
it's not in production yet, but it's going to move pretty fast. I'm finishing up some other projects which are big, and then we're going back to those.
Awesome. So another part that I was looking at, so this is kind of cool for me. This is kind of nostalgic seeing this in our shop because it's a little bit of history to you and I. Is these guys right here. This is an old school axle. This is something that's been sitting around the office as a display, product testing, fitting. This is when I wasn't around. So what is this, Jim? Axle wise.
The Curry axle?
The Curry rock drop for the SXN1.
I was told we couldn't make something like that. It wasn't possible. That's why I designed it.
It's an awesome design. This is what pretty much got me enticed to like really. I rock raced with these back in the day. I remember doing rock racing, doing the G6s with.
I guess when I met you were doing 360 flips in your truck.
Yeah, and basically this is old school. It's a little hard to see, guys, but it's a black housing Curry rock jocks. This is like the original first one. It's pretty cool to see.
Even has the skids on it.
Yeah, still has the Delrin skids. They call them the jock shop. But yeah, it's kind of cool to have this kind of stuff around the shop. I mean, we definitely for me it's nostalgic. I freaking love to see the old stuff sitting around. It's a great tab. Pancho Lopez says it's the best looking axle. It's one of my favorites for sure. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, some days I do want to bring stuff like that back, but then there's like, it was an axial based thing and they kind of discontinued stuff. So it's like,
yeah,
we should probably eventually do something more towards our product line and kind of reinvent some of these things.
Yeah. I mean, I love the new HD44s. It's cool. It's basically a homage to this, back to this. It's in a smaller scale. But this is where it started off for me. Like personally, I love these axles. I still have several of them in my possession from when I was a driver.
That's where this one's coming from too,
Yeah. So that goes back to like another thing, we don't see raw aluminum parts for sale. So, but around it,
they're always around us.
There's always around us because we're testing, we're making sure everything's correct. Jim's programming. So you'll hand me like 3-4 axles before it even goes in production, just to make sure everything's correct. So sometimes
you give them a coolant off the machine.
Yeah, yeah. or it's not. It's still got some sharp edges or something like that.
I do try to wash them first.
Yeah. You know I'm a clean freak, so.
You are.
So I mean, great axle. We have them on the site, and I know we're doing our best to keep them on the site, but definitely one of my favorites for sure. This is a great looking axle.
Are we have stock of those? Just the rears?
We're actually in stock. Should be all in stock on those. Yeah.
The rears, right when we released it, the machine that was making the rears went down. That's usually how it works out.
Yeah, of course. But I'm pretty sure we're good on stock in the rears too. Rearrange all Josh Hot Wheels. I will do that.
Well, we were actually thinking about every box that comes in our office, like tape them or glue them all together, barricade his desk.
Yeah, he makes a mess on my desk, so I'm making a huge mess in his desk right now.
We're making small collects right now. We're going to decide what we want to do with that. And I know Josh is probably watching, but
yeah, he'll be surprised by what we do. I got a plan for him for sure.
It's always surprising, even if you've heard about it until you see it.
Yeah. Another part that one of my favorites for sure, and this is actually, I could actually say this is probably the first one that you designed, machined, complete, and essentially right before production.
Complete?
As in like completed with prototyping and everything. This is the very first F10T axle housing that was put together to make sure everything fit well, and then we went to production.
And how long did that sit on my desk?
It sat for a while, actually, a really long time. I really don't remember how long.
It was over 2 years.
Yeah.
That's why we have a lot of projects sometimes to play. Sometimes we just can't push them to production yet based upon what everything else is being made.
Yeah. And so you can imagine how hard my job is to be on emails and customers ask about new products where it's been sitting there for 2 years. Especially if I sit next to them, I see it every day. Someone said auctions. I want Dan Wilson. Dan's unfortunately not here. I actually asked him to be live today.
He didn't want to wake up for it. Dan's usually here really early in the morning.
Yes, this is a Toyota inspired axle. It's one of my favorites for sure because of the clearance. If I was still, I don't rock race anymore, but I think this would be a great 1.9 rock racer axle because how much clearance you have. It's already smooth.
Good deflection.
Yeah, it's a great axle for sure. It does really well with the Phoenix body. It is a Toyota inspired body, so definitely a cool axle. You guys feel free to, if you just join in, feel free. We're just winging it today, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to chime in. Jim and I will do our best to answer your questions.
It's like Gene wants to serve them out too. Gene's one of our local guys, is like at our shop probably every week to 2 weeks, always helping us and doing things.
Yeah, what's up, Gene?
I think it was 6 months ago he came and helped me do some sheetrock at my house. So we have a lot of good guys that help us out too that aren't just necessarily RC related.
Yeah. Sacramento is pretty cool. We have a lot of crawler guys.
Yeah,
that's a lot of crawler. I even back then I didn't even know Vanquish was 7 minutes from my house. So it was pretty cool to be able to stop by and pick up parts for my Hertz dig from back in the day.
I've had people not believe that we make parts here in America.
I know, it's insane.
How many people have said, "You don't make them, you just rebrand them"?
Yeah, it's insane because I see the machine and seen how much growth there's been within the company with just difference. I think from when I started here about 6 years ago to now, I don't think there's a machine.
We've made some major changes in our shop.
Big changes.
Look at our labor because we were working really hard. Now we can work a little less hard, but we can still grow. Guys are learning to be more technical and less workers, letting robots do their jobs to help them out.
Yeah.
No one's ever been replaced here. They've just been better educated.
Yep. So let's see. Wayne asks, when is BCA wheels the breast cancer awareness? So the 1.9 wheels are actually in plating. We should have more possibly by Wednesday or Friday is what I'm thinking. But we're constantly gonna stock them, guys. I know that there's a lot of demand for them. So just be on the lookout for the website. We randomly put them in stock, so there's no set time, date, or anything. As soon as they're available, we put them on the site. We don't save them for anyone. It's first come, first serve. So make sure to just keep eye on the website for the wheels. Brass SLW hubs coming back to stock.
We got material coming.
Yeah, we got material coming today. So
we're also training a new guy on our screw machines to help push on some of these old projects that should be in stock always. And so now we have a new guy. He's being trained. He's being brought up. He's figuring out the machines. And hubs were like #1 on the list for like this week, next week. So they should be running pretty soon.
So when I ask future 2.2 wheels production, what do you think?
Actually, that was a question we were supposed to ask.
Oh yeah,
you guys want to ask the question online.
So I mean, since someone's asking 2.2 methods soon, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys width-wise? Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Sorry.
That was your question, I think.
No, it was Brandon's.
Brandon told us that.
So we are deciding to make more 2.2 wheels. What we want to ask the customers is, what width do you guys want to go with? 0.2 inch, 1 inch?
I think the current one is 1.2.
1.2 is what we do right now.
Originally, we used to make 0.8s, and so we're trying to decide if we want to go back to 0.8s, which I don't love, but I guess other people do, or 1 inch. And so we're trying to figure out which way, because we have to build clamp rings and stuff, and everything else that goes with it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like 2 people already said narrows.
Yeah, narrow, wide, narrow.
The one person said half, Hawaiian said wide. Another 0.8,
which is all good information, and that's where it's hard for us sometimes to make a decision, because it's like everyone wants so many different things.
So far it's more narrow right now. Well, that's something we haven't done at all.
That's what Brandon wants. We're probably gonna push to 0.8s. See, someone's 1.5.
Yeah. 1.5 inch.
I don't know if
that's pretty wide. Wide, 1 inch. It's pretty much, it's all over the place, honestly. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys are just joining in, leave us a comment. Tell us what width you would like to see for the 2.2 inch wheels that we can make.
That's one reason we want to start doing these type of videos, is we want to ask questions and kind of make sure we are focused on the product that people do want. We always have our feelings of what things should be, but there's other people out there, and maybe they know more than us, or they're willing to tweak a little more than we can, and so we're not always right. We do our best to figure out what's best.
Got it. I mean, personally, I was never a big fan of narrow. I know narrow is nice, like for Winging says they want narrow for gate clearance, which makes sense, right? Personally, for me, I like wide because it looks nicer with some wider tires. It gives the sidewall more for.
If you had a wide tire and shorter hubs, would you have the same gate clearance? That's where, or are you trying to do short hubs and pull it in more? Like, that's why I don't know.
I'm not quite sure, honestly.
I haven't been comp crawling as back in the day we used to, but
yeah. Because I mean, you did do it.
And someone said right there, 2.2 deep dish. That's why I went with 1.2 last. I was trying to get more deeper dish. I like that look.
Yeah, I like the deep dish look for sure. I mean, definitely looks better. Gene says narrow allows better clearance on knuckles, especially if it's FIS or IFS. Okay, that's good to know. Do the legacy SX10 knuckles fit the straight axle Phoenix? No, it does not. The SX10 knuckles are totally different. Like, technically, the
SX10
SX10 will fit, but not the SX10 So that's really.
And we don't even have the ones in stock anymore, do we?
I think we still do.
We might have some 8 degree
ones. The old SX10 had the 8 degree setup, which is not. It's totally different from the Phoenix and the SX10 Is the Pro and Ultra discontinued?
We are not bringing in any more. They have been stopped. Maybe we might do another one in the future, but right now there's nothing in the play.
Yeah.
So right now, technically, they've been discontinued for a little bit because we haven't brought any product in. So
yeah, the Pro is definitely one of my favorite vehicles at this moment. It's one of my go-to vehicles, and it's unfortunate, but we haven't had no more in stock. So then whatever we have left on the site and what's going on the site is pretty much what we have left.
Do we have any in the inventory? So sometimes we have some stuff that's still in the warehouse that haven't been packaged because we take some from overseas and we bring our parts inside it. And so that's why sometimes there's more product, but what we have is all we have. That's all we're going to put room at.
Yeah. Yeah. Dino says my Pro is my all-time favorite. Yeah, it's straight axle F9 look. That's definitely it's an awesome truck.
Even like the Origin, which still learning.
Oh, the Origins. A lot of people favorite. I mean,
we made a killer axle for it. We have a great body for it.
Everyone asked for the D44s for the longest time, remember? And then you actually put them back in production. So yeah, we definitely like to listen to our customers. I mean, you guys are what buy our product, so I mean, we're gonna do our best to appease what you guys are looking for. Once again, keep the comments. Put down what size width you want for the 2.2 wheels. Definitely would like to see more comments and what people like to do and what their builds need.
Also, if we missed one of your comments, you really are curious to say it again because we're already reading so many of that.
Yeah.
So,
what about a tube chassis style buggy rig?
That is something we have talked about. We would like to do one day.
Yeah. I mean,
people didn't need to realize, though, we're not some of these big companies. We are still smaller, and we try to really make the best out of what we have. So we can't do Horizon where they can do 10 cars a year.
Yeah.
That's not an insult to them. They have more designers. They have more funding. But rest assured, usually when we come out with a product, I like to feel it's a little better researched and functional and, competitive with some of the big guys. So
yeah, definitely agree. Yeah.
Ripper V2 is something I do want to do, and I am slowly been working on. I can't share anything.
But
we're talking a long way out. We're just at the starting process. Actually, not really design. I've been designing it for a long time. Slowly, I work at it from home, and I've been slowly chipping away because it's a huge process to design all the body panels.
Yeah, you spent. I know. I've seen you sit in the front of the computer.
I started to make the first machine part, but there's 15 more parts to go, and it's going to take a long time, and I do it in between everything else. So yeah, there's one in the works. It's just going to take a long time. That's why we won't show pictures of it, because when we do release it, we want you to be excited.
Yeah, it's pretty just awesome to see you over time.
I know Josh keeps saying no V2. That's why I'm doing it.
What's Josh design?
So on the original version, he helped. So we both tag teamed the design work. He did the cage work. He's better at cage work than I am, but I can do body panels, and he can't. It's like two better compliments. He's really good at. He's really good at the cage work design stuff. Like, he's seen it his whole life. He's built stuff. Yeah. He's good at it. So we tag teamed that project, and I had to do all the machining myself, but he handled the rest. He handled the packaging, the instructions. So
he did.
He handled the serialization. Yeah. He did design the cage and made sure all the functions as we can get it. There's some things I don't like about the original Ripper because we were trying to make it around another platform, and it has limitations for what we were trying to do. Yeah. That's why when we do the Ripper version 2, it should have full functions like the suspension cycling, and it should perform a little better. But again, it's still going to be a heavier truck than normal. It's more about the fun of it, not in scale. Yeah, it's a very scale rig if you crash it. And if everyone see what we're doing, if you thought Ripper 1 looked good, this one looks twice as good. Last time we were on a deadline. We were trying to go for Axial Fest. Yeah, I remember. We wanted to make sure completely axial legal, which is why we built it. But now we're making it function around our stuff, and I had more time to. I mean, you saw what we're doing with it. I mean, I can't really share too much. We can't share anything about it. More details into almost everything is just be more functional. Just little things like access to battery. Yeah, you don't need screws. Let's see. A Ripper V2 on 2.2s? I don't know. Well, anyone could put 2.2s on. I think you put 2.2 with wider hubs on anything. I remember most of the design work was designed probably around a 5-inch tall tire. So you can always put a 2.2, just side the tire. You can always go bigger and do bigger hubs or whatever. Just there is a point where you might have some collisions of tire. Metal could handle it, no problem. So, yeah. 1/6 scale Ripper is something I've always wanted to do. There's nothing in the works, but I've always wanted to do something, and I have crazier ideas about that one to do something. I know you like the larger scale stuff. I've always yeah. I know you talked about even back in the day. You made the 5B stuff. Mm-hmm. I remember starting here and seeing some old leftover 5B rear and front swing arms. Yeah. We made some that were told that it will never work, and we made them. And so if someone challenged me and says I can't do it, makes me really, really want to do stuff. Like, I was told I couldn't do metal rod ends that work. I think we did make them. You did make them. I think we have the best rod ends, but they're not available right now. And that's another back to the training a new guy who's going to get back on machines and get some of those projects back up in play. Yeah. And one of those has been those rod ends I've been asking about. Yeah. The rod ends I remember you talking about that years ago. I mean, you were talking about how
You had an input to keep them tight.
I'm of the mindset nothing's impossible. There's always a solution. How much time do you want to spend and think about a solution? And that's why all of our products have been just trying to find a better way of doing it. Like, I don't know if everyone really notices, like, I try not to look at anyone else's work. I try to just be original in our stuff. I mean, some things I have to use a gear set, obviously, but
Yeah.
there's always a better solution. I always looked at like everyone in the RC world, they kind of like, there's a solution. They just keep moving that solution down the pipe instead of like, hey, let's reinvent the wheel and start over.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's been good. Sometimes it's been bad. We haven't always hit a home run, but
no, the rod end definitely was kind of cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one because there is a demand for it for people like me, where I drive hard and
well, even on our Phoenix, where people can't stretch the upper 3-link mount because there's a lot of load in that.
Yes.
I don't know how to fix that. Otherwise, that'll fixes that.
I did have someone ask about the breast cancer awareness item. The 2.2 we will be releasing by next week, hopefully. The 2.2 pink wheels. It to be a KMC tank. It is something that I made a decision to make happen. So hopefully you guys are happy about that. We're still going to have the 1.9 and impact wheels, and then the servo horns, the pink servo horns. So those are there would be the 3 items that we offer. 4 items that have the pink are the breast cancer awareness. Proceeds will be donated to the so if you guys buy them, proceeds will be donated to the breast cancer awareness.
So I was on someone's like saying you can't make a 1/6 scale Phoenix. We can. The problem is bodies. Lexan bodies. Trying to make the mold that big, unless we're trying to mill it, like it just that's become some of the problem. That's where cages can make more sense, but for us to do like a 1/6, and then if we did 1/6, we wouldn't be selling them. That'd be for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if people want to spend $7,000 on a metal rig. Unless you guys see otherwise.
I mean, they did buy them. There's people buying the rippers for pretty hefty fee.
Yeah, but when you put the investment, like, so again, I meant that I am working on Ripper 2. It's going to take a while again. Mike sees me. I've been programming straight for 2 months right now.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to go through all
there's
the parts.
things I've been bugging you about having in stock that you've been.
I'm not halfway done yet. Yeah. So people don't realize how much time and money it actually takes to program these things. And never mind, all the design work I did mostly from home. I think I got tired.
Yeah.
I brought it to work. I said, screw it. I'm going to take 2 weeks and finish it here.
I remember you telling me you said you've been working it from home for a while, on the weekends.
I actually didn't even tell most of these guys. Almost no one knew about it. I think I brought it into CAD and let you see it as a finished product.
You did. I remember. Let's see. We got at 30 minutes, so we got 3 minutes, and we'll be killing the Facebook feed. Sorry.
No problems with it.
Jim been challenged to do a 1/6 scale. Yes. Okay. Let's see what else. Gene says something about twin hammers, length, trailing arms. Please.
He's been asking those profile things.
He has. So it's been a long time since we've had them in stock. I personally liked them because I did use them for my twin hammer.
I would love some newer designs, but we won't make them. It's just
the trailing arm that you designed though was it's in the Yeti. I think saved the Yeti for me in the rear because
again that was something you can't do that. So I came up with a way to do that.
And basically the trailing arm was now invincible on the Yeti because of that trailing arm. With the design that you had, that over time, if it wore out, you would just adjust the set screw to make it tighter. I challenge HD 44 points.
Sorry, my wife's asking questions. She gets answered for everything.
So let's see. Outlaw Farmers RC, have you thought about house flat rails on a VS410?
Sorry, what's the question?
Have you thought about house flat rails for VS410? Like comp saw, I'm assuming is what they're asking.
We actually all have personal rigs that we play with.
Yeah, we
do it.
Yeah, we goof off, and
we've actually worked with was it BPC?
Yeah, BPC.
Monster trucks. We have all kinds of stuff in the shop. We play with everything.
HD 44 center rear end, please. That is actually something that I have had people request for, like the centered No problem.
Family life for me always comes first.
Is a V2 confirmed? V2 what?
Thinking of River,
I think so.
you have a knack going to your drink. Flick it off.
Will a rooster be made again? I mean, technically, is it discontinued?
We made what we made. We never made more. Again, this goes back to a conversation that we had 2 weeks ago, wherever. Certain products get discontinued, not necessarily because of sales, because we got rid of that machine that it was set up on. We can transfer work to other machines, the new machines that we've been bringing on, and any new job that we set up now is sustainable. We're going to be able to keep making that. I think that's like someone was actually, I think last week, someone was asking about the bulkheads.
Yes.
I actually went and turned them on.
Yeah,
because that was sustainable.
I remember you telling me you returned the mic on. Yeah, that's exciting.
So that's a job that was constant. It's still set up in one of our pallet systems. Roost is one that is on a machine that's not here anymore. So all the fixturing is gone, and so we would have to refixture and make new stuff for a new machine. Now, do I work on a Roost, or do I work on a Riot?
Yeah,
some people want Riot, like they want some of the newer stuff. So this is where I'm like one programmer for 15 CNCs, and I do design work. So it's like I have to manage my time pretty closely. I'm pretty sure the guys are getting annoyed at me working on River right now.
You know me. There's things that I've been asking over time that
and I push some of those through.
Yeah, you definitely have. It takes time. We all want this stuff to be in stock, so it's not like we don't. It's just whether or not you have enough time, or where you're gonna put your time to.
By the way, I'm not ignoring anyone's comments, so sometimes I'll read a comment and I'll hit them. It's not because I'm ignoring them; it's just they catch my attention. But he's going to talk about Facebook today.
So yeah, we got to shut off the Facebook, guys. We're past the 30-minute mark. Feel free to keep watching us through the YouTube channel.
Hopefully, we're still on.
We should be. Yep, on YouTube still.
Someone's asking.
Is it confirmed that the bulkhead should be back in stock? Yes, the bulkheads are in production. We have just the 2 halves and then the bearing material, so it should be back.
Basically, they were still set up, but we put it as such a low priority on our pallet. We have a 24 pallet system that can run for 80 hours, and so by the time the guys got it on Monday, they would load a new job, and those would go in front of it.
Yeah.
And so I changed the priority to put it back. You don't want to put it back into regular production. So now it's being made. But someone was asking, what is your favorite thing to watch get created? I don't like actually watch anything get created. I like watching everything get destroyed. I actually love watching metal ripping out of aluminum. It still makes me excited to this day. And I'm always trying new techniques and new stuff for higher efficiency, making sure it's constantly cutting, trying to remove time as much as I can. But we've been playing with new end mills. We actually have some prototype end mills from one of our major suppliers that want me to try out because they see my videos.
That's awesome.
So they handed me some new special coated, super like coefficient on stuff. So they want me to try it out. I'm like, okay. But I get to go wind up the RPM and hit some material with that.
Sounds fun.
And we're going to try that in the Ripper because they're bigger blocks.
Yeah. Have you guys played any good pranks on Josh?
Oh, I have a slow motion. Josh is very skittish. I don't know if everyone knows that. He gets scared really easy. And so I was actually in this room at that door, and he went to the bathroom. And I sat at the door and I held my camera like this with slow motion on. And I just sat at the door and he walked in. He's like,
we're pretty. We like to have fun here. There's no doubt about it.
We work hard and we play.
Yeah, we definitely.
I think Rena has a whole video clip. So
she has like a whole clip of all the scared moments that Josh has been through.
One day we could be able to share some of this stuff. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, it would be.
Jim grew up.
Where'd you grow up?
I was actually born in Connecticut, and at 3 months old, according to my dad, I was crying from coast to coast because I was brought to California at 3 months.
Wow, that's a long ride for a 3-month-old.
Yeah, so mostly in San Jose, Campbell, which is California, and middle of 4th grade, I brought to Milpitas. From there, and then Sacramento about 15 years ago.
Yeah. Titanium builder links going on, available for dig and OD or twin. That is something
Someone's asking links for
yeah,
twin.
we are considering it for sure.
We missed a link size, basically.
Yeah.
People were using a size that we did not expect.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring these links back because we used to have these type of links. And so we don't know what is kind of what we need to maintain or make at this point. So that's why actually we came up with almost every size that we figured we can just keep this maintained and people can pick what they want and use.
Mhm.
And now it looks like people need a little smaller than
Yes.
that makes sense.
Will the SX10 rear Rockshot be in stock soon? Actually, I think we have.
We just asked that.
Yeah, we this should be in stock. You could use the HD44 for the same as the SX10 rear Rockshot. The only difference would be the color of the diff cover is red, which is matching the color of the axle housing.
It's the highest RPM of all your CNCs, 20,000 RPM, which is pretty impressive for how heavy that tool can be. So, but what I think is actually more impressive, they actually have screw machines with all citizens, and so we could spin a 12-foot long bar at 10,000 RPM. The bar material is 12-foot long, 10,000 RPM. That to me is impressive.
That's pretty impressive. Yes.
Because
Tell Jim to give us more products.
I wish
that'd be nice because I would bug more than one Jim.
So we actually we hired a new guy. He's not me, but he's taking over some workload of some of the easier stuff for me. So he's making my life a little easier. We'll see how it goes. If I like him, which I do. Sorry, not if. Mike is actually not Michael. We have a new Mike. He's been here for close to a year now. And he gets along with us. You know, that's the one thing we're always afraid of hiring people that are bad attitudes, because we've had bad attitudes here and realize how much they actually ruin our day.
Yeah, no. To me, this is a vacation. Going to work is my vacation.
I can go home mad sometimes because like we can have some bad days like any other place. But I come to work every day kind of happy. I'm excited when I wake up, and I love my job. Actually, like the guys I hang around with, and
I mean, we hang out outside work.
Mm-hmm.
We go do stuff on the weekends together. It's a great work environment. I personally I love working here.
Well, it's like we have a bunch of kind of good friends that are all
yeah. Which link set do I need for my 1.9 rate? It's the part number, I believe, is 71, incision 00071. It's going to be the 12-inch wheelbase SX10 link hit. So just if I'm not sure, double check, send me an email. I could verify for sure. I believe the part number is 00071. That's for RKP Customs. You hired a mini gym?
Well, I actually have a mini gym. My son's called Jim Jr.
Yeah.
He actually just graduated mechanical engineering in December.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to work here.
He's been around. He helps us.
He comes and helps out. Actually, he's a beast when we have to do containers.
Yeah.
He's young. He's 23. He's fit. He likes to work out. He's our biggest worker to get stuff unloaded.
Yeah, definitely.
He makes everyone look bad, actually.
He definitely makes me look bad because I don't do that kind. You know me. I have a.
Well, we're also
yeah. So you guys just tuning in. You have roughly probably less than about 20 minutes left on those F10Ts. Last week I set up a discount code for Tuesday Live for the F10T axles. They're still the coupon go is still going. We do plan on changing it. Maybe next week we'll put a new one. This week we don't have anything going on. We will be releasing the 2.2 tanks in pink for the breast cancer awareness. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully by no later than next week. When they come back from playing, we'll have them up live on the site. So get those F10Ts while you can. But I mean, it's a really cool axle housing. It's perfect for your Phoenix. Definitely, last week, Brandon and I put this axle on a Ford Ice. So
in the other room, actually.
Yeah, right behind us. Oh, more pink wheels. Yes, the code is Tuesday Live or Live Tuesday. I can't remember. Tuesday Live, one word, no caps. So the coupon code is Tuesday Live, one word, no caps. Thank you, Art.
Machine time for the ripper cage. I actually don't remember it. It was a long time ago, and we were working some really late hours where I wasn't adding everything up. on the next one we will, because we will want to sell that more of a product instead of just making it a social media thing.
Yeah, that was a lot of work, even from the side of packaging it. There was a lot going on.
So to release it, if we were going to do a Ripper 2, I've been looking at everything from like labor, because that was a lot of problems just from doing serialization. Takes a lot of work. So I'm actually going to be writing programs that have the machine serialize each part. Well, not each part. Wherever we decide to put a serialization number on a part, we're going to have the machine do that instead of having a laser do it. Make it more perfect, always on the right spot.
Yeah, and hopefully get them out. If once we get to that point, it'd be a much easier process to go through. And someone said pink F10T. What do you think about that?
I always say you guys should. I'm actually going to answer that one about the Titans guy.
What's that?
I don't like that guy. Just so you know, he gives a lot of good information, and it's kind of good that he's trying to open people's eyes. But he also gives a lot of bad information, and that's part of the problem. Is like I say, if I was to hire someone and they came in my shop and they start running my machine at 1,000 inches a minute because of the stupid videos, I would tell the guy get the hell out of my shop, because that guy gets free equipment and he's not buying it. He doesn't take care of it. Doesn't need to, because it's free. So he has something on Instagram showing some people what to do on something, and I basically was trying to inform him, hey, you're showing them wrong. And instead of basically talking to me, he banned me from Instagram. He could not take any criticism, and so it's more than that. Also, he also there's a form called Practical Machinist Form. He actually sent people cease and desist orders because they were saying anything bad about him. Guy is kind of a hypocrite, I guess.
No.
I don't know. So I'm not a fan of him because of what he's done to me alone, just canceling me, like for no reason other than saying that's not right.
I think debate is a great thing, right? We have constant debates at work of issues and all that. And I think it's kind of sucky that he did, ban you from that.
Yeah. So that's my opinion. The guy can't take any criticism. So don't be a teacher if you can't take criticism.
Yeah.
Again, I don't care how good you are at teaching. You don't know everything. No one could.
No.
Even I think we're great with RC cars. I think we're always still learning. So someone might know something better on a certain subject than us. Maybe we should listen to them, not ban them.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion of him. But for people who've never seen the machining world, I mean, obviously the videos are probably great and informative. Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah. So someone asked, Skill Ultra asked, fam, does Yeti sway bar fit the bomber? Yes, it does. It depends on how your setup is. You could actually face them towards the rear, the arms actually sway, or to the front. So you pick and choose either way, but yeah, they will definitely fit the bomber. Okay, back to the possibility of pink or plastic F10Ts.
Well, you can make pink happen, not plastic. So
I could probably make it happen if there's enough demand. Make it happen. I don't have anything.
Do you stop at the axle? Do you remember? Do you do knuckles?
If you guys want pink F10Ts, where do we stop? Do we do the whole thing? Except minus, obviously, we don't sell
it all adds up to be more expensive.
Yeah. I think that would be good. I don't have a problem with
that. Ripper 2 by 2024, 2025. My goal would be next year. I've been staring at it for over a year myself, so I get impatient.
Oh yeah.
So I usually get impatient. I want to get stuff done. I will push it out, but I can't tell you a date. We're still in process. A lot of work to do.
To answer your question, Nolan, about pink 1.9 impacts, yes, we're still stocking them. They're selling as fast as we're putting them on the site. So just be on the lookout for them. As soon as they're back on the site, they'll be available.
No, you guys talking about the 5,000 spindle RPM. So people ask me, like someone asked me, we have a 20,000 RPM spindle. I actually would very rarely run up to 20,000. That's just me, my feelings. I will probably max out on a normal 15,000 because I always feel if I was to run my car 100% all the time, you're a mechanic. Do you think that's good for your car? Even though you do it?
No,
it's not extra wear and tear. But if I was to go half throttle, 3/4 throttle time, you'd be like, yeah, no problem. Yeah. So that's my philosophy because we're running production. I need the machines being reliable every single day. If I was trying to make one part as fast as I can, that's all I was worried about, then yeah, we'll probably push a little more. But we're not making one part. We're making 1,000 parts of 150 at a time. Like it's not the same world. So yeah, I don't push things like that.
It looks like there's a demand for pink F10Ts.
There you go.
Someone says Steve. This guy named Steve says pink F10Ts approved.
I wonder what that is.
I don't know. It says Brennan Kuntz.
Someone's spoofing his account.
I guess.
No, it's not bad. Yeah, I always thought we should have more parts.
Yeah,
it's just again we're down to a certain amount of guys that can do so many things, and we get Mike's also handling every email coming in, trying to listen to me about make sure the guys make a certain part generally after work. A lot of us do multiple things.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of just let it slip through the cracks a little bit this time, but I think we can fix it. We have time.
Yeah, we do. Just like the decision with the 2.2 tanks, guys. Hoping by next week we'll have them up on the site. The impacts are still going to be coming up on the site.
We have October.
We have the whole month of October to play with this.
There you go.
Yeah. A pink Phoenix would be kind of cool to own. I mean, you could paint a Phoenix body pink.
I think maybe think about parts. Well, the good thing about the new pink, well, it's not the new pink, is that we have a consistent color now.
Yeah, we have a very consistent pink.
So we could have parts that all match up too.
So Ryan, he says, Dan, coupon code invalid. Make sure the shipping isn't included. So if you stack promotions, so it won't work. The coupon code word. So make sure you pick normal shipping, and then the coupon code should work for you. What design software do you use?
I use Mastercam. I kind of taught myself in it. I was making paintball guns, designing 3D sculpted bodies, and I actually have trouble with SolidWorks. Brandon's amazing at SolidWorks. Even Josh is really good at it. But even Josh doesn't like my Mastercam. It's a different thought process in how you handle things. So it's just something I've been using Mastercam since version 3, and I kind of know all the tricks. It works really well for me.
Yeah.
But I was also been told you can't design the Mastercam, so I did it.
Can we get aluminum portal covers for the F10T? I mean the F10.
I thought I made those.
We do have those in stock.
Those ones that
is it the rear that we don't have, or do we have the front? And
we should have plenty of everything.
I think we should have them.
Yeah. I made both.
Is your shop big enough that you guys can expand, considering the demand seems to be going up?
Well, we have expanded by removing old equipment, putting in more automated equipment, getting more hours per day. So we have expanded.
Yeah,
we are picking up one more piece of equipment, and might be able to afford one more to fit into our company. After that, we actually have to move our building. We've been talking about for a long time to buy our own building. Just that's a big one to do.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones I hope I only have to do once. But we have expanded recently. That's why usually when we make a new part, it stays in stock. Demand in the beginning, it's always gonna be one thing, but usually it stays in demand afterwards. It stays going.
Look, we got to sell. Ryan, order some FNTs.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Ryan.
See, Michael's also customer service and sales.
We need HD 44 portals answered. Are you against that?
Yeah.
Making this and that. I think this would be kind of
We would have to see how it fits, though.
Yeah. But that'd be kind of a cool idea.
That knuckle might get pulled much into the lake. Just another one to look at?
Yeah.
I'm in for everything. We actually, part of us updating some of the equipment is allowing us to do more complex parts a little easier. So I'm not so before I used to build fixturing for almost every part holding second op, it would take 2 to 3 weeks. And it's I don't want to make a new part.
Yeah. It's cool. It's so cool to see it. A block of aluminum come out as one piece of solid in one. Essentially one off. It's pretty so awesome to see.
We actually bought a very expensive piece of equipment just to try an idea I had, and it worked.
Yeah.
It could have not worked.
Is it the 520?
Well, the 520 was the first one, technically.
Yeah. And that's the first machine I ever touched, because I'm not a machinist or anything. And that was a cool machine with a robot arm and everything. It's a very cool machine to operate. If you guys are building it anywhere other than California, well, we're located in Sacramento, California. There's not much more than that.
No, we have one company. We do order stuff overseas.
Yeah.
But most of the parts that we make, we still make here. We're not outsourcing parts we normally make here. We're kind of trying to complement overseas to complement the rest of our brand because there's some things that we can't be competitive with, like trying to do shocks in house. We could probably make an amazing shock, but we'd be 4 times the price of overseas. So it's like there's only certain things we can do. We can either not make a product, which kind of unfair to us, but everyone else is making everything overseas. I don't think there's one company really making anything local like we are. Oh, some people are making some odds and ends, but you know, if you look at anyone that's considered competition to us, they make nothing in house.
Yeah, like
they don't even know how to manufacture their own parts.
Like pretty much this whole axle, you look at every part, this is made here. Except for the gear.
We don't have gear cutting machines, so I'm not going to get into a process like that where I don't really know everything about.
Machine display stands for your rig would be awesome.
Actually, we talked about that.
Have you?
Well, James Knight, if anyone saw his stands, they're amazing. He made some beautiful 3D print stands.
Yes, those stands.
And I was talking to Josh. I'm like, we should do something like that out of metal.
Mm-hmm. Be heavy too.
Yeah, it would be heavy enough. So yeah, that would be awesome.
Everyone, lots of response, lots of feedback.
Yeah. By the way, I do try to show some stuff. I can't show everything we do, but if you guys ever follow me on Instagram, I'm a Ripper Machinist. So if you want to see some more of the insides that we do, I've been trying to build that account to kind of show, but sometimes I have to wait. Like I have lots of videos of stuff from over a year ago. I can't share it yet because the product's not out yet.
Yeah. Display stands. Oh man, this pink. One Locos RC said, "What shock towers? These are actually the old school SCX-10-1 shock towers. They've been out of production in a long time.
Yeah, that's a machine that's gone.
Yeah, that's a machine that no longer makes it. So actually these are different. These are gray.
Also, the reason why we have machines that are gone, we built this shop by buying used equipment to start our products. So some of those were kind of bad repair. Like the people we bought them from just ran them into the ground. And we tried building our company up, and as some machines left, it's like, do I reset up that job or make something new? It's always something that's going to be a hard one.
I think that's something you tell me every single time I ask for something. Every single time.
Michael will ask for a part. Hey, we used to make this. I want this. I'll ask him, do you want that or you want this new shiny object? And he always goes new shiny object.
Yeah, it's always the new side. We like new parts.
Because again, I'm one of the few machinists here. We are actually looking for people slowly, so maybe one day we'll find the right people. They're hard. We have to find people who can fit into us. It's more about how we all get along first versus making anything else.
Yeah. F10s just showed up. Can't wait to put them under my Forerunner.
Since people are bringing up Ripper 2s, I'm curious, what kind of budget would they allow for themselves? Because actually, I've been just trying to decide on what to do with the Ripper 2. I have most of the design done, but it's like, do I build unique wheels to it where you can only get it this way?
That'd be kind of cool.
Gene was asking about your trailing arms, making some really cool looking trailing arms for that type of stuff, you know?
Yeah, a one-off for that particular vehicle only. That would be kind of cool.
I would be curious what people would want. Because like, it's not about how much money we can get. It's like, it's how much can we do for it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be so unique that we can put a lot of custom parts into it? Well, every time we add one custom part, it adds to the value.
It seemed like the response wants you to do it. There's nothing. Yeah.
I'm going to do it. It's just, again, how much do we put into it? That's the problem.
Will the Ripper 2 be limited quantity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a certain limit.
Yeah. 2,000, 2,500, pay 3,000 for a unique Ripper 2. There's some good response on there.
Because that's an internal. I've been pushing Ripper 2 because I think we can make a new product, new truck, and make it really cool and sell it. But the question is, can we actually make money on it? Because unfortunately, we are in the business of still making money. We have to make money to keep pushing forward.
Yeah. We
can't do projects, especially a project with this magnitude, and then not make money on it. Then I can't do the next one that I want to do. Because I have 5 more ideas I want to do, but if we lose money on everything, it's like,
needs to have a dig for sure. The original Ripper had a dig. You could put a dig on it. No, I actually built your Ripper. Your first
strong VFD transmission, so you could put it in.
Yeah.
We don't really feel we need to reinvent our transmission. We really love our transmission. I couldn't even tell you what to do better about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people might not love it, but I like it. It looks scale and it works.
Yeah, the VFD transmission, it's an awesome transmission. I mean, even with the center gears, it's a pretty much a block transmission for me. I put a lot of power in mine, and nothing goes wrong
So
with it.
I want to answer that one because he says, Jim, how much you think you should go for? So I've never been in the business of like trying to make stupid amount of money. It's more about here's the product, here's how long it takes. I need a certain hourly rate for a machine because that needs to be fair. I need material plus we had like a very small amount of material because if we end up scrapping something that we need to kind of slowly get back to that. Again, we can't lose money. How much is plating? And again, we had a little bit to that.
Yeah.
So we're not even trying to make money on all the material and everything else. It's just here's our machine time. It's how long it takes.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, cage work could be 5 hours for a part. I mean, that's for one piece out of 5. So how much money? I don't know yet because until I get all the cycle times and add them up, I couldn't even tell you. It's again one of those projects that we have no idea. It's a risk.
Yeah.
I can make it and make it for value I feel it's worth where we actually make good value. And people might go, that's too much. And then we don't sell any.
Yeah.
All that work is done.
Yep.
Actually, someone said 7075 Ripper 2. Not necessarily needed for what we're doing, but I actually talked to Steve about making a couple of brass ones and polish them.
Yeah.
Just not for sale, but like just make them stupid unique.
That would be a very unique
if
color.
Bob's in here, I was actually mentioning Bob to him about polishing them.
I have not seen Bob response yet.
If he's here though, but you might want to hide.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob did make a polish Ripper 1.
Yeah, Bob's really good about that detail.
Yeah, that was really cool, right?
But we talked about doing something silly.
Yeah. Well, let's see what else. Again, guys, be on the lookout. Support of the breast cancer awareness. We're gonna have the 2.2 tanks come in stock by next week. We're gonna have more impacts, so 1.9 impacts, and we do have the servo horns on the website ready to go. Support breast cancer. Everything we sell, we give proceeds to the breast cancer awareness. Yeah. You have anything to add?
I don't. Like I said, we're going to try to continue these things, even though Josh wasn't here. We talked about getting online. We're going to try to do this a weekly thing. I hope it's working for you guys, and we do listen. Can't always perform like we want, like where people want something. Maybe it's going to take a while, but we do listen.
Yeah, we're on social media. We check it. Let's see.
Yep.
Which aluminum knuckles work with the F10Ts? The S610-2 part number. So like it'll be the 2900 knuckles. It'll be part number VPS0290, and then it goes to 1, 2, depending on the color. Those would be the knuckles you would use with your F10T. They're labeled S6N2, but they work with also the F10Ts, the HD44s, the D44 axles, and whatnot.
Also, since some people are like saying thank you for doing this, really appreciate that. Josh wants to do more. He wants to start doing actual videos in the shop.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the future we're going to start seeing more of that because I think it's cool watching. Someone was bringing up Titan the other day. It's like, well, the guy doesn't actually make anything anymore. He just markets other people's stuff. So we can show you what we make our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, I remember walking into the shop when I first started working here and just being in awe that all these machines make touring car parts, and the amount of time and effort you put into this place definitely shows, and with the quality and everything, and we just gotten better and better over the years, being more efficient, and with our designs and everything.
Big plans.
Yeah.
Someone says, I think, minutes.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
They're moving pretty fast now.
Yeah. Always informative live stream. Yeah, we try to be informative. It's a little bit of transparency through this.
It's hard because we do want to share stuff, but we can't share everything for obvious reasons. We can't really show our cards until we're ready. Maybe I probably shared too much with Ripper 2 stuff, but I'm already we've been showing some videos of Ripper.
You posted videos on your
I'm going to stay away from showing you design for a while, but we're going to try to share some of the roughing and some other processes and how we're handling it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I want to share everything, but again, we can't teach China how to build everything too.
Who's Josh? I don't know.
He's probably gonna be mad at me.
Whatever. He's not here. He's not gonna be here for 2 weeks, I think, from my understanding.
Well, we might be here next week then.
Yeah, I guess it's either probably, but it'll be me and you, or I could put someone else.
I think they're all out of town.
They are all out of town.
You get this again. Sorry, guys.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully we answered a lot of questions. It's great to have you, Jim. It's just an awesome place to work, and hopefully we share some kind of information with you guys. We're not the pro like Josh on here, but
also if you guys are watching a video like after we're already done live, obviously, if you do leave comments, sometimes we actually do read stuff. So
yeah.
More ideas. All right.
All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you next week on Tuesday again.